Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman, and in the room with me is my friend Sammy on the camera here, which is going to be floating around and showing you interesting, beautiful, wonderful things. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you haven't subscribed, why don't you just treat yourself to a subscription to the Rob Chapman YouTube channel? You won't be disappointed. Today, we have some pedals. These are really special. These are from FT Elettronica. They're Italian, handmade boutique pedals, and they are possibly the secret to your new tone. They make super cool traditional based pedals, but they don't shy away from incorporating modern technologies. So they kind of keep it true to the vibe, but they add in the new tech, and I think it's giving them an edge. Let's start with the triple booster. As you can see, it's kind of like a traditional treble booster format, but aside from just how much of the boost do you want, you can do the treble, you can do a flat boost, dB, or you can do bass. And what I love, in the face, Sammy, the best thing about this is that what it's not doing is cutting to create treble or bass. It's adding those frequencies in so that you retain the original bass frequencies, but add the treble, or cut the original treble to add bass. Honestly, this is such a shortcut to Metallica, I can't even tell you. It's, if you plug it into, like I am, this beautiful sunny JCM 800 2203 lid series Marshall amplifier, which is also plugged into this beautiful, incredible hollow open back AMS 1x12 cab. I'm drooling. It sounds like Justice for All. At the moment, I've got the JCM 800 set with all of the gain, hardly any volume, and I've kind of tweaked the brightness and the presence. So this is what you get on a tapped out, backed off sound. If I roll in the volley and untap it, classic sound, you're already familiar with it. That's why I'm using this particular amplifier. If I step on the triple booster, don't forget it's triple, not treble, half of the level. This provides more dB than you'd ever need in your life, and enable this little red light. Suddenly, it's madness. I don't want to get copyright struck like my buddy Rick Beato's. It's just like it. I don't know whether Kirk and the guys used a treble booster and an 800 back in the day, but man, it's uncanny, in the room at least, through this SM57 that I've backed off slightly off center. It really sounds great. Anyway, if you didn't want to boost the treble, you could just do a flat boost in the center. I'll play it for you. You're not really going to hear much because it's just adding dB to the regular tone. It's not changing the frequency spectrum. So without, with, it's just pushing the preamp valves a little bit. This is the kind of thing that traditionally I put through the effects loop, the send and return, and it pushes the valves in a really interesting way to just give you volume. Or in the front, you're pushing the preamp valves, and it gives you a little bit more crispity cream. You know what I mean? The crispity cream on the gain. If we want to enhance the low end, I do love an enhanced low end, then you get a really interesting thing. I don't know why, but it makes me want to write riffs. I'm not sure what it is about that tone. It's unusual, but the treble is just to die for. I love it, and you can use it as a lead boost. If I back it off a little bit for you, tuning as nature intended, drop C. If I crank this up for you, you're going to get lead. By the way, all I've got in this amplifier is a tuner at the front and this verb core, both from NuX, in the effects return. But without it, it still sounds incredible. Love this pedal. One of the best pedal acquisitions I've made in a long time. This is the Utopian Fuzz. They also, by the way, they make a dystopian fuzz as well, which I'm kind of interested to try. You can get all sorts of fuzzes from this, and you'll find a fuzz that you like, I assure you of that. It's really high quality, and what that means is that small changes offer you big tonal differences. That isn't something that I read on the website. This is just my own experience in the last sort of 20, 30 minutes of playing this pedal. Utopian Fuzz. We've got 3 knobs, but you know how companies name things differently to kind of make it a bit interesting. So balance is volume. Effectively, it's volume. Expander is really gain, how much fuzz you're going to add in. So you can really back it off and have more of a subtle effect. I mean, as subtle as fuzz gets, you know. And then I'll get to this in a second. You've got 2 different tonal options. You've got different options on the mid offered by this pedal. One kind of mid, a different kind of mid. That is on the switch. The switch chooses option 1 or option 2 for the tone. Or if you put it to knob, this knob blends between those 2 different mid options. And this is really where a lot of the magic secret sauce is involved, because you can kind of blend things and make it special. I immediately was able to access an approximation that was good enough of my favorite fuzz pedal of all time, the Jimi Hendrix Octavia. Check this out. Oh man, it's a whole lot of things that you're going to enjoy when you're playing around. That was just set. I backed off the volley a little bit. I bumped up the gain just a little touch. I had it on knob, and I had the knob right in the middle. Let me show you what happens if I move the knob while I'm playing this kind of... So you can hear it sweeping through all sorts of different options. I'm now going to back the gain on the amplifier off a little bit and let this be kind of the gain pedal for some riffing options. So, tone 2, I'm going to put it on the switch. So I'm removing the knob. I'm going to back off the amount of gain. You get this. Here it's almost kind of gated, something that you get from germanium fuzzes, and this is very germanium. If if you back off the volume, you can get it to kind of spit in. Do you know what I mean? That sounds really bad, but you know what I'm talking about. Woo! So let's give it more gain Freeman, and tone 1. Let's have a listen to that. That's nasty. That's kind of like Rage Against the Machine intro riffing kind of vibe. I should talk about the ordering. I think this is important, and people ask me quite a lot about the order of pedals. You could put the triple booster before the fuzz, and what you would create really is like a quantum ultra mega galactic uber fuzz. You'd be boosting the fuzz, which could be fun, but it wouldn't help demonstrate the tonal characteristics of the fuzz. But after the fuzz, you can kind of sculpt the tone that the fuzz is giving you. I backed off the gain on the amp, but now if I put some of that in with the bass frequencies, because this fuzz is accentuating the treble, you get it's making me want to write riffs. I'm going to back off the fuzz just a little tiny bit here, but put a bit more volley in, and I'm going to back off that a little bit. Oh man, that sounds really good. Have a great day. I've been Rob Chapman. This is Sammy behind the camera. Take it easy. Chappers out.